Hey everyone, Dylan with the HD Perspective here. I got the Snap-on flyer for April. I know it's a little bit late, but my Snap-on guy just showed up and I finally got my hands on it. First couple pages are them promoting their upgrade for the scan tool. I've never used a Snap-on scanner before. Usually I use the factory like Cummins Insight or Cat ET. Not that familiar with it, but I've heard it's good. This page we've got a few new products from Snap-on. I don't really think they're sale items, but maybe they want you to think that they are. There's a 4-piece chisel set. Looks like maybe for wood or plastic. I'm not sure if it'll work on steel. Hard to say from the picture. He didn't have any on the truck, so I'm not sure. And we have some midget pliers. Good for small work. They actually look like they could be useful. Radiator hose pick set. A couple of the guys in my shop have picked these ones up, and they seem to like them a lot. Then they've got some impact gloves for $57.95. Not sure if that's a good price or not. The company I work for, they supply us with impact gloves. They're not Snap-on ones. I'm not sure what brand they are, to be honest. I think they're like Mechanics Wear or something. I like them, depending on what I'm working on. Can save your fingers. Then we got a 2-stage wet and dry vac with 16 gallons for $509.95. I would say go to your local hardware store and get one for, $100 or something. Save yourself a pile of money. Then a few other new things, a 6-piece interchangeable tip air hammer bit set for $234.50. I guess they got some different ends on there, steel, aluminum, and nylon, in case you don't want to mark up whatever you're hitting on. And then we've got a 6-inch electronic brake rotor caliper for $205.95. I guess it'll work good for large rotors on the heavy-duty truck market and for agriculture machinery, they're saying. Yeah, I don't know. These are all new products. I haven't tried them out yet. Some of them look interesting. Others are pretty well a rip-off. That shop vac. I don't know how they can get away with charging that much for it. Anyways, on to the next page. Yeah, on this page they've got their deals on their Snap-on boxes. Looks like maybe you can get some money off if you got your eye on a Snap-on box and you've wanted one for a while. They've got a chart here with different tiers on it, and if you buy one of their featured products, then you get a little bit more off. If you buy just, one of their other toolboxes or something, there's still a discount, but it's not as good. You can pause it and take a look if you want. At the bottom, they've got their socket trays in Snap-on colors. The prices actually aren't too bad. One tray that I kind of piqued my interest that I saw on eBay from Westling Machine, you can check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below. They're made out of aluminum, and they look like they're pretty clean. Won't trap dirt or whatever, and they look like they're easy to wipe off, and they probably hold the sockets pretty good. Here we've got some prices on some different power tools. 14.4 volt series. They got the quarter drive cordless ratchet. I was looking at these on the tool truck today. I have the Milwaukee 3/8 cordless ratchet, and I've been using it for about 2 years now. And it's starting to get worn out. It's starting to get a little bit tired. I use it a lot. Like, it's probably my most used tool in my toolbox, surprisingly enough, for a heavy-duty mechanic. But there's a lot of little bolts that you got to get out in tight areas in between the frame rail, down by fuel tanks, around the engine compartment. They just come in so handy. And my Milwaukee one, the problem with it is it's getting really hard to switch back and forth between forwards and reverse because there's no lubrication in the head. And I've taken it apart many times and I've cleaned it out and I've lubed it up, oiled it up, and it's always helped a little bit, but now it's just gotten to the point where it doesn't even matter anymore. And I've even kept, the head in little cup of oil overnight and stuff like that to try and help it, and it does help. But the thing I noticed about the Snap-on is they do have like a grease fitting right in the head, so it's getting lubrication all the time as long as you keep on top of it. And I felt like, just by feeling it and trying it on the truck, it had a little bit more torque to it. Plus, you get 2 batteries, a charger. $449 though. I mean, that's pretty expensive compared to the Milwaukee. I think it's under $200. I think the 3/8 drive one from Snap-on, my dealer was saying they're $460. So, $10 more than the quarter drive. But, I'm thinking I might go for it. I just got to convince myself that it's worth that much money. But for something that you use every day, maybe it is. I don't know. It does make your life easier for sure. And then they've got the cordless impact, same thing for zipping things in and out. Quarter drive might be a little too small. I'd probably go for a 3/8, but maybe some of you automotive guys like the quarter drive stuff. And then they've got a little air impact wrench in the quarter drive from Blue Point and an air ratchet. I don't really like air ratchets. They're noisy. They pinch your hand, in a tight spot. They're not really that forgiving. Who knows though? I've heard that the newer air ratchets have come a long way since, the time that I bought mine. Now here's something that's interesting. I've always heard rumors of this. I've never actually seen it in real life. Snap-on, if you have a good idea for a tool, they'll pay you for it as long as they use it in production. It looks like you get up to $3,000 for a tool idea, so you can draw them a picture and write a description, what it's for, why you would use it. Hey, maybe you got a good idea. Could be an easy way to make $3,000. But then you give up all the rights for the tool. But, it might be worth it because Snap-on's got the network and like you're going to go out and sell the tool worldwide anyways. Hey, maybe give it a shot. Who knows? I might even try it myself. I've got a few ideas for tools, things that I've made on my own to make my life easier. Make a few extra bucks, why not? Buy this flex head ratchet and get a matching breaker bar for $250. Well, the breaker bar is actually an offset 45-degree breaker bar. Looks interesting. I have this ratchet, but with the comfort grip, and that would be my only complaint, that it doesn't have that comfort grip. But not too bad. I actually, I've got a breaker bar. I never use it because I've got the long-handled ratchet, so I don't know how useful it is. Maybe you can keep it in your car or take it home or something like that. Then they've got some 6-point metric deep socket sets, and then you get a free shallow socket set with it. And then they've got, both metric and standard. $559.95 though for, a few sockets. Yeah, that's just way too much. You check out my video that I did on Snap-on sockets. I'll leave a link in the description to that one. See what you think. I find they actually wear out faster than the cheaper sockets. Here we've got various styles of ratchets. Snap-on, in my opinion, makes the best ratchet that I've seen yet. And, it comes down to personal preference, what you like in your ratchet, whether you get a flex head or just a straight or the bent handle. I actually do like the bent handle and the flex head. And there's even my 1/2-inch drive soft grip locking flex head ratchet. Awesome ratchet. $233. It might seem expensive, but it's definitely worth it. I call it my manual impact because when you just can't get into a place with the impact and you've got that, you're golden. I mean, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it sure beats trying to wrench something out or, using a shorter ratchet. Like, you can really put some torque on them. I've broken mine before, but, Snap-on warrantied it right away. No problem. We've got some smaller stuff too, quarter drive. Probably not a bad deal if you're looking for a ratchet. If you do this like professionally like I do, you want the best that you can get. And honestly, these ratchets are that. If you're just a weekend warrior or DIYer, maybe it's not worth it. Here you can trade in your old impact and get up to $50 off. Could be not a bad deal, especially if your impact's worn out, like one of mine is. I've actually got this Snap-on MG325 in the half-inch drive, not in the 3/8 though. Half-inch, it's definitely not powerful enough. 3/8 probably it's not too bad. $517, maybe, and then you get $50 off. Yeah, they do have a low profile. It's a nice impact. It feels good in the hand. And then we've got an 18-volt 3/8 drive Monster Lithium impact wrench kit for $754. I don't know, $754. Once you start getting above that $500 mark for an impact, I just can't see the worth in that. And then they've got your 3/8 drive impact sockets, shallow and deep. That's up to you. Check out Tekton's impact sockets. They don't look too bad actually, and they're a heck of a lot cheaper than that. Here we got some butane gas torches, $71.95 and $95.35. Actually, a guy I work with has bought one of these. I can't remember which one it was, but he said he loves it. Take it for what it's worth. And then they've got the soldering kits, $169 and $208. I haven't tried them. They look like they're decent though. Usually Snap-on is good for that kind of stuff. Now with summer coming around the corner here, they've got their AC machine. I've used another Snap-on AC machine and it was pretty user friendly. And this one here is $10,295. So if you do a lot of AC, if you live in a hot area of the world, hey, maybe you can make your money back pretty quick. Here in Canada, where it's winter, 9 months of the year, I don't know. Maybe it's a comparable price. I haven't priced them out, to be honest, so I can't really say. Last page, they got their deal on their toolbox. Double bank roll cab for $13,595. And you can pick your color. Snap-on, they make a nice box. Whether it's worth 13 grand or not, I'm not too sure. Well, that does it for this one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. If you liked it, hit thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and help me out. And we'll talk to you in the next one.